Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Harris not getting a convention bounce, why it happened, whether it matters, and the polling that will now matter when it comes to undecided votes. We got a bunch of questions about Harris not getting a convention bounce because some media institutions that profit off a close race are acting surprised about it and trying to portray it as a problem for the Harris campaign. There will be a video below from before the convention took place, explaining why she might not get a bounce. The short version is that Romney and Kerry didn't get a convention bounce either. Both of them had announced their VP picks early, just like Harris. Since Romney, a theory's been around saying that the so-called convention bounce isn't really a convention bounce, it's a VP pick bounce. That seems to be the case. I'd expect candidates to lean into this in the future and put even more emphasis on the process of choosing their VP and the announcement. So, does this mean Harris is running a bad campaign? Of course not. Only in today's media environment would the candidates whose lead has been on the trend of growth since the end of July and who has held a 2 or 3 point lead in polling averages since August 8th be accused of running a bad campaign. Currently, her growth has kind of leveled off, so it looks like we have a baseline for the campaign as far as polling. At this point, most people who care about the policies are familiar with the candidates' positions, so there probably won't be much shift in polling when it comes to policy positions, unless one of the candidates announces a dramatic shift from what's already been established. The partisans are lined up behind their candidates from the start. The single-issue voters are lined up. The only people left up for grabs at this point are the undecided voters who aren't really voting on policy, but are voting on vibes. So now we need to look at the vibe polling. It's really called favorability polling, but it's vibe polling. This number will likely influence last-minute decision voters. Let's run through the candidates' favorability polling averages. So, Trump is, of course, somebody who's viewed unfavorably, but to be fair, most politicians are. He has pretty high levels, though. He is sitting with a negative 9.5 points. So 52.5% view him unfavorably, and 43% view him favorably. There's a pretty big gap. His running mate, J.D. Vance, is even worse, with only 33.9% of Americans viewing him favorably. He's negative 10.5. Harris currently has 47% unfavorable and 46.1% favorable, so she's negative 0.9 points. Trump is viewed unfavorably by 10 times as many on average. Her running mate, 34.8% unfavorable, 39.6% favorable. That's right, Walz is the most favorably rated person in the race with a positive 4.8 points. Overall, at this point, it looks like it's Harris's race to lose. The momentum is on her side. She's polling higher consistently. She's viewed more favorably. Her running mate has a positive favorability rating. And yes, for the Trump metric, her crowd sizes are bigger. The next big test will be the debate. If she performs well, she'll continue her current path. If she doesn't, she'll have to reset. If Trump performs well, he might be able to reset his path. If he doesn't, he'll probably start more actively setting the stage to claim something was wrong with the election, so he can trick and dupe his followers. He'll probably also start setting Vance up to take the fall for his failed campaign. My guess is he'll say he didn't even want Vance, but somebody made him take him as VP. The debate is far more important to Trump than it is for Harris. That might explain Trump's weird, erratic behavior when it comes to whether or not he'll do the debate. The September 10th debate, assuming Trump doesn't drop out again, is the next turning point in the election. So, in a little more than a week, we'll see how things are shaping up. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.